It's definitely tough. We've had our ups and downs, and you got to ride out the downs. Right now, we're not playing our best baseball, and things just aren't going our way. So trying to stay positive, keep everybody's heads up. That's really what we're trying to do. It's still a game. We're still trying to have fun. So
What can you guys try to do at the plate to try to get those run numbers up here and give yourself an opportunity to win some more ball games?
we got to keep grinding. We don't have too many of our hitters that are super hot right now. So we're just grinding away, trying to keep fighting, trying to put the ball in play, bunt, and eventually it's going to work our way.
How big is a game like tomorrow to try to get a win, try to get some momentum as you guys head back on the road and get some of that good vibes going again?
Well, the next game's always the most important. So we definitely have to come out and play real hard and try to get some momentum going.
With the recent rain suspension for today's game, what kind of mindset did you go into at today's game?
It's tough battling those conditions, but it's out of our control. It was a tad bit windy today. The rain did hold off, so that was good. But it's always nice when the weather works out, and it makes you appreciate those good days.
How do you move forward?
Keep our heads up. That's it.
It seems like in the second game today, you guys had some balls you hit right on the screws in the 5th, 6th, 7th inning. Is it just one of those times right now where it feels like nothing's falling in and nothing's going your way? And how do you try to overcome that as a hitter and as a team?
That's baseball. Like I said, we're not getting lucky right now. We're not getting the good breaks. Things aren't going our way, and that's part of it. So trying to stay level-headed. Whenever things aren't going your way, that's what you got to do. So trying to reinforce that and try to keep everybody's heads up.
On a more positive note, can you take us through that diving catch that you made in left field in the first game? What did you see, and did you get a good break on that one?
Yeah, I got a good break. It was just a reaction play. I just had it on the line the entire time, and it wasn't a full extension, but I did have to leave my feet a little bit. The guy hit it on the screws. It was a good hit.
Are there any specific challenges that a doubleheader brings, and what do you hope to see improve tomorrow?
I wouldn't say there's really specific challenges. Just everybody got a good night's rest, and we were prepared for a lot of baseball, a day full of it. So I didn't think it was that much of a challenge. Looking forward to tomorrow, coming and bringing energy, try to get something going.
Yeah, maybe a little bit, but we're not playing good baseball at all. Just the amount of errors that we're making lately. It's hard to combat that and try to, always be digging ourselves out of a hole. We have to do a better job of making the routine plays, backing up our pitching that's doing a pretty good job of keeping us in the ball game, and then, offensive production is not where it's been. And it's easy to point out those balls that don't fall when things aren't going your way, but we need to do a lot of other things to get this kind of back on track.
What needs to improve at the plate?
Just the ability to recognize what pitchers are doing to us. Lately we've been seeing a lot of breaking balls, and guys have been kind of swinging outside the zone, and we got to be able to do a better job of adjusting, inning to inning, and being able to recognize what these guys are trying to do, and then have a plan to go with those type of pitches, but it's a learning process. I keep saying that over and over again, but it's true. These young kids are going through this. You're not seeing that many breaking balls in rookie ball when you're going through that season. So it's an adjustment for them, but they need to still learn and make those adjustments when the time's good.
I know you're not going to make any excuses, but a lot of these guys, it's their first full season in minor league baseball, and obviously, this is probably the most games they've played in a season for some of these 18, 19-year-olds. Do you sense maybe some fatigue at this point in the season, maybe contributing to their struggles?
Yeah, maybe, but everybody is going through the same season. It's easy to look at the age and to say that they are tired possibly, but on the other hand, they're 18, 19 years old, and you know how much energy we had when we were 18, 19 years old. But it is a full season of baseball. July and August are the hardest months to get through, obviously, and they have to find a way. We do our job as a coaching staff to kind of conserve their energy and put them in a decent spot to succeed. But when their job is to get out there on the field and perform, they have to be able to do it. That's why they're professionals, and this is just kind of a stepping stone for their career.
When you are going through a period like this where the wins and losses aren't going how you want them to go, how do you approach it with the young team? Are you talking to them more? Or are you talking to them less? Like, how do you kind of handle that dynamic during a stretch like this?
I pick and choose, like when I want to say certain things, I have to take a step back and understand like what they're going through, because I was a player once too, and there was ways that coaches went about, seasons like this, and for the most part you got to let them kind of learn on their own, and I pick my times to come in and say my speeches and to give them my input, but for the most part it's just getting ready for the next day. We try to minimize the mistakes that we had the day before and just come back the next day ready to perform.
We've had a lot of rain these past few days. How do you motivate your players to play through it, or did that have any effect on today's game with the suspension yesterday?
Yeah, waiting around is not fun as a baseball player. We're so regimented in our routines and our daily kind of time management that when things like rain and stuff kind of throw us off, it's a mental grind more than anything than physical. Obviously you're resting and not doing anything, but it's kind of turning the car on and then turning it off and turning it on, turning it off again. So we just got to be able to learn how to manage those days. They're going to have rain delays and rain outs, when they move up in their careers. So just like anything else, making mistakes on the field, they got to learn how to deal with it and come back and be ready to play when the time's called.
Luis Campy had 5 hits today. He seems to be hitting the ball really hard lately. What have you seen from him, and is that something you expect to continue?
Of course I expect it to continue. I hope it continues. But he's doing a better job, I think, lately of kind of staying within himself. He got a little jumpy there for a while, kind of swinging outside his zone. We talk about being very disciplined on pitches that we can handle. And he started kind of feeling good. And when you start to feel really good, you start to think you can hit everything. And you can start to expand the zone a little bit too much rather than staying disciplined. And I think he's starting to come back and realize, like, all right, I do these things well, and kind of just stay within himself. And he got rewarded these last 2 days.
There's a new reliever in there today, Jose, making his first TinCaps appearance. What did you think of him? Had you seen him pitch before?
No, I believe he was in Tri-Cities for one start or something I heard, or not one start, one appearance. But he comes from Texas Tech. Was in the College World Series this year, and I met him yesterday for the first time and was anxious to see what the Padres saw when they drafted him. But he has a live arm for a little guy. He can throw the ball over the plate. He has 3 pitches that he throws, and hopefully the more we get him in there, the more comfortable he'll be. Your turn. There you go.
This is your 8th loss in a row at home. So what do you want to see from tomorrow? What do you hope to see from players?
We always want to try to bounce back as quick as we can, and this mentally kind of can wear on you a little bit when things aren't going your way. So I just want to see the way they come back. First off, when we get to the field, I want to see how their preparation is. Obviously, we're going to key on some things that we did wrong today, and hopefully we can improve and get back on track tomorrow.